Jesus is my rock. That's how I roll. Welcome to another episode of California Preachin'. So I'm sure I look really pasty and pale, and that's because I just had a 1-hour conversation with my hormone specialist and just burst out into tears saying, I was in a sweat all night long. All I did was have hot flash after hot flash after hot flash. And you know, this whole menopause thing, it's like I'm trying to embrace the suck. But it's really hard because it's a mental thing too. It's not just a physical thing. It's like a mental thing of like, I'm getting wrinkly and fat and old and menopause means I'm gonna die. I am going to be in a positive frame of mind. I'm gonna flip the switch. I went over my analytics and only 35 or 40% of the people who watch California Preachin' are actually subscribed to my channel. What? Get Jesus on the phone. Are you kidding me? Please, guys, please subscribe. I'm begging you. Listen, even if you're not 100% sure about Cal Preach, sometimes you just got to throw your body over the wall and your heart will follow, okay? We're just going to try and inch our way, get, Jesus into the downtown, into the center of your life. Guys, the truth is that if you are not possessed by Jesus, you are for sure possessed by something else. And then, a lot of people say to me, oh, but it's such an exclusive religion. I'm like, first of all, it's not a religion. It's inclusive because Jesus said that the knock and the door will be opened to anybody of any walk of life, anywhere on the planet, anywhere in the universe. And I always tell people the only reason why God insists that it's Jesus is because Jesus is the only remedy to our sin. Nothing else will make us pure and clean before a holy and perfect God. We cannot stand before a holy and perfect God without the blood covering of Jesus. The deepest, truest love that you could ever know or experience is substitutionary love. That is the most beautiful, breathtaking kind of love. God orchestrated it the way he did to send his son down to die for us. The lighting was a little no bueno over there. I had to switch spots. Listen, if you're feeling a little jelly over this t-shirt, I don't blame you, this Jesus influencer. It's pretty awesome. I revamped my entire website. It sucked. It was horrible. I hated every second of it, but it looks so good. Go to californiapreachin.com. And yeah, I think there's still a little sale going on, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Can you wrap your head around the fact that Jesus Christ died as a criminal? He died the death of a criminal on the cross as the same as like a thief or a murderer. He was hung on the cross as a transgressor. He was counted as a transgressor. That just is appalling. There's literally nobody you could trust more in your life to be in a life partnership with than Jesus Christ. So do that radical surrender. Sometimes I think we're just waiting and waiting and waiting around for God to do his miracle work when in fact worship is the key. Just tell him how much you love him. Well, the Bible says, cast all of your fear and anxiety onto me. So you can just basically just be like, I give you my kids. I give you my husband. I give you my work because you are God. Like literally tell God the reason you're trusting him with all of this is because you are exclaiming, you are pronouncing, you are declaring who God is out loud. You're God. You got this. Take away my financial insecurity. Take away my fear of death. Take away all of my body pain because you are God. It makes him so happy to hear us praising him and worshiping him. And guess what? That's what we were designed to do. You are designed to worship and praise God. I know. I put the fun in dysfunction, baby. Hi, baby. I was out there doing my preach and suddenly you rolled up and I was like, babe. And then I decided I was like, oh, screw it. I'm sweating. I'm gross. I'm just going to take a shower and pull it all together.
And here we are.
Why did I just hear a cow?
I don't know, what is that?
Did you hear that?
It sounded like a distant train horn.
I think it was a frog. Are you sitting on a frog?
No, I'm not. We're in a gorgeous garden right now and there's bees everywhere.
I got
Look at that garden.
stung by a wasp here the other day.
That garden has bees flying all over it. How gorgeous, right? There we go. Okay, so we're
Ah.
Oh, that's what's going on. This leg is breaking. Oh boy. Okay.
We had to move.
Yeah, the leg on the bench was breaking, but here we are. We're back. We have this black hole in our life that just occurred called empty nest syndrome, and it creates this like huge vacuum.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's like tons of time to do things you haven't done, like travel. And I actually played a couple rounds of golf literally. I stopped playing golf when the kids were born. I haven't played golf in 23 years, and I just started doing that. So we're looking for new little projects, fun things to do together. What? We're switching?
That's my bad side.
Oh my gosh, I want you to keep that in too. So we're looking for all sorts of cute things to do together, and I said, let's study an animal. Did you say it or I say? Let's study an animal?
Yeah,
and she was coming, but it was I don't know whose idea. Who cares? And
it was definitely my idea, and I care.
It was your idea? Okay.
Yes.
Well, she came up with the brilliant idea of studying a sloth first, and I was like, I don't think I want to go there. Sloths. Don't you ever see a video of a sloth and it takes his arm? It's like.
That's why I love them. You can learn so much about slowing down.
I just wanted something more. Well, you are a sloth. That is for sure. You're a 5th degree black belt sloth. Okay. So I said, can we study something a little bit more dangerous and wild and majestic? And I came up with, I just blurted out another one on the nose, a bald eagle. What happened next will not surprise you, but it will terrify you, but it'll also make you, please send it in the comments, please, because it'll definitely make you say like, and by the way, our anniversary Saturday, our 28th anniversary, she didn't even know which one it was, 32 years together, 28th anniversary, and it'll make you say how seriously you deserved like the Presidential Medal of Freedom, okay?
I do?
No, I do, after what I'm about to say. We're studying about the bald eagle, and we haven't even started yet. Chanda's taking a bath, and she says, let's take a bath, and she's sort of flipping on her phone, and I'm in the other room, and of course I'm like playing on my phone, and she's like, oh my goodness, you're not going to believe it. I go, what? She goes, guess how high an eagle's nest is. And I'm like, how high? She goes, 200 feet. And I'm sitting there in my head, I'm like doing the quick math, and I'm like, honey, an eagle doesn't build its nest 200 feet up from the ground up. It builds its nest in a tree at an altitude of 200 feet, like super, super, super high in the air. The eagle's nest is way up in those like sequoias in the Pacific Northwest. They're way up there. They can go as high as 200 feet. And she's like,
oh, okay. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I read that wrong.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, I'm like,
I'm in the bathtub. I'm in the bathtub with her. She's still looking at her phone, looking at like, you know those pages you come on, like 10 facts you never knew about an eagle. And she's looking at one of those things, and go ahead and say, go ahead.
And I was like, hun, you are not going
We're
to
going to do a
believe
reenactment right now. This is the reenactment.
This you will not believe about the bald eagle. How long do you think its wingspan is?
Wingspan's probably about 6 feet.
Keep going.
7 feet.
Keep going.
Okay. 12 feet.
Keep going.
25 feet.
Keep going.
47 feet.
Keep going.
Okay, give me the phone. And it says that an eagle's nest is 200 feet high, 20 stories, and its wingspan is 75 feet. I then, of course, expand it, which, of course, I knew it wasn't 75 feet. I expanded, and there's a little dot between the 7 and the 5, and I turn around and say, have a look. And if it's possible to fall out of a bathtub when you're in a bathtub laying down because you're laughing so hard, she sees that it says 7.5 feet instead of 75 feet, coming on the heels of the nest being 200 feet high. I said, Chai, if an eagle's nest was 200 feet high off the ground and its wingspan was 75 feet wide, that basically would be a prehistoric animal. That would be like a velociraptor, okay? That probably is bigger than a velociraptor. Okay, from here to the house, that's about 25 yards. Actually, that's about 25 yards. That's about the wingspan of an eagle.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so yeah, that was our day.
So I went to go see Kathy Keller.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
And it was amazing. Billy had the awesome opportunity of being able to speak with Tim Keller. He mentored him the last couple years of his life, or the last year.
Well, you know, we were on the phone a few times, and he was talking to me about marriage, and he was doing this after he was diagnosed with advanced stage pancreatic cancer, and I will always have that, and I will never forget it, and I will always cherish it. I'll never take that for granted, that I had some special time. From the first time we had our little mentoring sessions, I could have easily put 10 more in there.
Don't make me sick to
I
my
know,
stomach.
I know. Could have saved our marriage.
Yeah. And you might have been saved in
Now
general.
look. We're going to barely get over the 28-year finish line on Saturday.
Saturday's our anniversary.
We're limping.
I'm so excited.
We're limping.
Honey, I'm getting you a Born Again Marriage shirt. So that I'm going to have one too, and then we're going to wear it in the next chili. Isn't that a cute idea?
Yeah, totally cute.
Both of us in our Born Again Marriage. Did you see my website? Have you taken the time to go
The logo should
inspect my
say,
new
BAM!
Born Again Marriage? Bam.
And a fist.
Yeah, that's
Bam!
good. That's good. Babe.
Right there with the wedding ring.
Babe. Babe.
BAM!
Babe.
And the face.
Babe.
The Zoolander.
Babe. 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 Did you get a chance to look at my website?
Yes!
Lies! Again, more lies. You have not gone to my website.
I did once, but since you told me that it was revamped and it was renewed, I looked at it once.
No,
We had
you didn't.
Yes, we did. We had a
No,
conversation about it.
you
where
went
I
to the
said-
front page of it, saw it for 2 seconds, and then got distracted. You never actually looked through my new merch. Be honest here. This is where we get honest with the world.
I could have sworn that I swiped through the merch to see what stuff looked like. I did.
Okay, so
I
why don't
did.
you just tell them where to go and to find my merch?
You go to CaliforniaPreaching.com.
Yes, honey. Were you nervous there for a second?
I wasn't sure if there was like a China Phillips Baldwin thing in there. By the way, let's talk about that for a second, okay? We're going to digress here. And for some reason, out of nowhere, and we're going to get to the bottom of it right now, right here. We're going to get real, okay?
Okay. I don't know why you have your
Why
panties in a twist.
did
over
China
this.
all of a sudden starts introducing herself to everybody as China Baldwin and Phillips instead of China Phillips Baldwin? I just want to know, like, where did that come from? Why?
Because
Now I'm about to find out.
I changed my email address, and I can't tell everybody what that is. But I changed my email address, and for some reason,
No. You did something legally, like when you launched California Preaching or California Healing with your LLC, and instead of wanting to say what your legal name is, I was the first one when we got married. I was always saying, honey, keep introducing yourself as China Phillips. It's you don't have to call yourself China Baldwin. I'm glad that you took my name legally, documents, banks, mortgages, all that stuff. It says China Baldwin or China Phillips Baldwin. But I want to introduce her. Hey, this is my wife, China Phillips, and she just started calling herself China Baldwin Phillips instead of China Phillips Baldwin. It's a new thing. Don't ask how.
I thought
Don't
that's
ask
what
why.
people did. They put their married name first.
No one watching this thinks that. Nobody. And that's where we get into the world of me against this whole phenomenon known. And she's like, well, I don't think like everybody else, and I don't act like everybody. Oh, yeah, you're right. You don't. Nobody out there that's married that either kept their maiden name or they adopted their husband's name, and if they used their maiden name, it was in the middle. It was like hyphenated.
Now I feel dumb, and you're going to make me cry.
You're right. They are going to think that I'm bullying you. I don't mean to. I'm so sorry. I just want you to.
Are you? Wow, that was so
I just want you to
sincere.
have some insight into how this clock ticks. Now we're going to dinner. Now we're going to dinner in New York City, which is about an hour and a half drive from here, and we have no service out here, and we have to drive all the way to the highway to get service.
That reminds me.
Yes, you have a conference call right now. See?
Hi, friends. So we realized while we were sitting by the pool that I was running very, very late for a doctor's appointment. So we're in the car now. Now we're in the city. Boy, this has been an action-packed little Cal preach. Huh, babe? And we're headed to dinner right now with some old friends. Taking a little New York City. How cool is this? Start spreading the news.
I'm leaving today.
New York, New York.
Peace
of Christ.
Is that a spot right there? This is very valuable, like real estate.
Babe,
in New
that
York,
was the
right?
most important word.
I know. Here's where we're going.
Can you say it?
Christ. New York parking. I can get.
Is that where we're going?
Towed.
Osteria?
We're going to Paulos.
Oh,
Paulos. Yeah.
Okay. Peace of Christ.
Peace of Christ.
Peace of
Where am I going here? Is this parking? Can I park here?